So I'll just ask for your focused attention as we try and get through some of this important stuff, because as many of you probably noticed on the group, we've been posting a little bit of information about the new phase of EBN. Have you all noticed that? Can you tell me, is that one of the main reasons that pulled you here? Okay, great. I tried to write something that was totally good.
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. So I want to get into a little bit of detail about what that is. But first, let's move into just the next phase here. I'd like to ask somebody in the room very quickly to put their hand up and define for me. Am I speaking fast? Oh, okay, good. I felt like I was speaking really fast. Okay, good. Somebody please define networking and a potential short story that is an example of how that individual has benefited from networking. One person. I'm going to choose. So, can anybody define? Okay, let's make it easy. Let's define networking first.
For me, networking may mean some kind of integration. I have benefits, I have strengths, and you have strengths. I need something you have, and you need something that I have. We can share ideas. That's what network means to me.
Good. Does anybody have a personal story? See, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to set a foundation that is fully understood by everybody. Now, the concept of networking is something that you hear everywhere. Oh, professional networking, social media networking, but everybody, I think, has this slightly their own personal perspective on what exactly it is. So I just want to make sure that we're speaking and the playing field, the foundation is level across everybody first before I continue into this conversation. So can anybody please give me an example of any time that they benefited from having a professional network?
Through Xing, actually.
You have to stand though. So on the table.
Well, through Xing, I was able to be introduced to the ambassador of Mauritius through a friend of whom I've never met. He's in Germany, and he's originally from Mauritius. But he introduced me to the ambassador. He said we can help him, and he might need some work with some projects. And I've tried to get to the business side of it, but I couldn't. I didn't win the tender, but at least I won. I have the ambassador of Mauritius as kind of contact or a friend. So it's really a pleasure. I've never met an ambassador before, and I've never had a telephone number on my mobile of an ambassador, so it was really a pleasure.
So thank you very, very much. Anybody have anything else they want to share?
I want to share.
Please.
See this gentleman here, this he wrote a little note saying, I am now in Manchester, United Kingdom. I said, what? What's he doing there? My son is over there. So I connected with him, and they met. Regardless whether they made business or not, but they made friends, I hope.
Thank you very much.
And that brought me here.
Yes.
So now I've met several other people here. I hope to meet more.
But you don't have a British accent.
Nah, I'm from America.
Okay, because it's more American. I'm not hearing that at all.
Okay, perhaps I should do my introduction again. Want the whole story?
Yeah.
Next event, you get to stand here.
I will do it. I will do it.
Okay, so now we have a little bit of an idea of what networking is. Now, it's basically, if I can try and define it, it's the sharing of individual. I shared it. I wrote it in the. Can anybody remember how I defined it in the newsletter little blurb on the Xing website? I wrote a little sentence in the first paragraph talking about reaching the pinnacle of personal and professional goals. Anybody remember what was written there? Okay, great. It's basically, I wrote it sort of even difficult a little bit to understand. It's taking everybody's individual goals, individual skill sets, and multiplying it. So you can almost reach a point where 1 + 1 = 3. What that means is everybody has individual skills on their own. But when you have a group of people who are all considered friends, business relationships with each other. We all help each other reach the pinnacle of our individual, personal, and professional goals. And we are in a time, actually I wrote that, successful people are no longer categorized by their individual knowledge and skill sets. Does everybody agree with that statement? Okay? You can no longer say, okay, خلاص أنا مهندس كذا واللغة كذا and I can do all these things, and it doesn't matter. You need friends who help. Friends that help friends reach for things through maybe somebody you may know who can help. I was speaking to somebody earlier, about 10 minutes ago, who was saying that they were looking for a job, specifically in the IT field, and my wife is currently looking as well in the IT field for a position. So I've gotten to know a few headhunters. So I said to him, I've got a few headhunters that I may be able to pass on to you who seem to be doing good for her. So it's working together and helping each other reach these goals. Now the only way we can do that is by actually intermingling and through participation. You're all individual people, and after this day ends, you're all going to go home back to your individual lives. But we have one amazing thing which the internet has provided, and that's a medium for interaction, and that's that Xing website. That Xing website that we all, or many of us, are a member of, gives us the ability to interact. So I urge each of you, if we are going to get any benefit from today and moving forward, we all have to work together and start getting to know each other. Okay? People need people. Only through a broad network of business friendships can a person reach the pinnacle of their personal and professional goals. The EBN network exists. The Egyptian Business Network exists. It exists of you kind folks, and it exists with many others. The key now is you all each individually have your skill sets, and you each introduced yourselves as such. Now the goal is to pull that benefit out, to pull that benefit out individually from the group. Does that make sense? Makes sense. Okay, now what we've tried to do, very basically, actually before I go into this, I want to state one other thing, just so that we're clear. This group is not Akhil Aziz's group, and it's not my group, and it's not Dr. Zakia's group, it's our group, okay? So what we've only done is we've sat down and brainstormed a few ideas of the way we think we can pull benefit out of this group, okay? Now that's only starting the ball rolling. It's by no means exhausted, it's by no means anything. Now it's time to dig into the plethora and myriad and multitude of skill sets that exist in the room in order to get this up and going. This is what we are considering the new phase of the Egypt Business Network. We want to move forward and work together and help each other and reach goals and reach dreams. Now, if you please go through your document that you have, you'll see one form that at the top says the new EBN, a discussion document. I'm going to very quickly and very briefly, these are some of the ideas that we've come up with to this point. We're going to share them with you. Now, at the same time, the next page is this page. That's not the page I want. Let's instead take the agenda page, because that's the one that we no longer, let's take the agenda page, and I want you all to turn the agenda page upside down. Hopefully the back is blank. I would like you, after I go through this list and explain, I want your feedback. Now unfortunately we don't have the time to go through and do a brainstorming session here, but I want each table, I'm going to give you some time after I speak to brainstorm together about some of the individual ideas you have to add to what I've said, or some ideas you may have that are just based on your individual experiences that might be great. Okay? متفقين بالقاف. I don't know, because I never hear the cough. I never hear it. Okay. Let's go through it. Ready? Members Benefits Catalog. That's the first idea that we came up with. Should I read it? I'll just read it quickly. In essence, This catalog will be a source of actually, Hamid Borno Aziz referred to it slightly in the small world concept that he explained how people in this intertwined community provide services to each other. We wanted to expand on that. So in essence, this catalog will be a source of value through either financial discounts, accessible knowledge, business advice, and other forms of value dependent on what each individual brings to the table. In its basic form, each member will offer a form of service at a discounted rate or based on a specific value to other members. Now, what does that mean?